Filipino dessert that we love in the Philippines.
I like that you mentioned, because this is a setup, and ube is not as a strategy. You needed to stir it for quite a long time, and they have stirred it for such a long time. It's the perfect recipe, the perfect product that they have produced.
Will they have it right on the table here for BREN Esports? Because they have the bread. So let's have it on game number 1. BREN Esports and BLACKLIST International. Oh my Venus goes up against Kyle Teasy right in 34 seconds onto this game.
Interesting pathing there. Again, both roams going hard on the harassment on the sides.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about ube, right? When you pick up a Claude, it's kind of a given. It's going to take a long time to stir.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Right? So it all depends on how strongly Edward, Oh My Venus, and Haji can control the aggression, you know, can stop Kyle Teasy on this track, which is exactly their focus. And Haji gets the first blood from that.
My God, that was amazing coming out from BLACKLIST International, because they never let go of the pedal.
No.
Oh my Venus, you said interesting pathing, right? You saw him literally just being in front of the Lancelot for the longest time, and he's not stopping at all.
So right
from level 1.
Look at that. The camera right now is on to the queen. Oh my Venus, just trying to bully out Kyle Teasy since 33 seconds. Right now, she's trying to utilize the early game spike on have on his Matilda, plus the movement speed that they can get.
Yeah.
So just imagine steering the purple yam or the ube with 5 hands all together.
Yeah.
It shortens up the
Sounds
process.
like a mess, bro.
Yeah, but it shortens up the process, Rockhard.
Ever since MPL Season 7, I've always made this comment about the way that... Oh, by the way, Edward's level 4 and Kyle Teasy is just level 3.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's...
Anyway, I've always made this comment about Oh My Venus, where when she plays the Matilda, is very aggressive. In fact, it's easy to see the Matilda and say that Matilda is a supporting hero, defensive support, but the way Oh My Venus plays, it's very aggressive.
This is a different way. This is the Imperial method on how they want to use Star Wars here.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, BREN can't even focus on the turtle. They're so busy like watching. Wait, Oh My Venus is behind us.
Oh, what a dodge.
Oh, and Kyle Teasy forced to really dodge everything. There's no retribution from BREN Esports. It's an automatic turtle for BLACKLIST International.
There you have it. Not even an inch to contest this. Oh My Venus being in the front of this fight. Pandora's dropping low onto the bot lane.
And there is Few having to use the real-world manipulation just to push. Ooh! Guardian's barrier? That was just a check. It just happened that Oh My Venus was super low.
Yeah, talking about double O's there.
That was
a misstep.
that was one of the dream plays actually for a Grok.
Yeah.
As a Grok player, I always love to get a killing blow.
Yeah, by using the wall.
Exactly.
The killing blow with the Guardian's barrier. I mean, that would hurt in real life. You know, if I saw a wall grow in front of my face and I bumped into it, I would probably gain some damage.
Oh my goodness, Kyle Teasy is actually dodging so much.
Yeah,
it really is. He's having to navigate so much on the maze that BLACKLIST is setting up for him. It's just not easy as a jungler because you're so busy dodging, you're forgetting, wait, I need to farm. I need this gold. I need this XP.
And not just maze, Rockar. I believe you're right. Plus, they're tying on the leash on Kyle Teasy, covering up all the corners here on how to get past this wall.
Yeah.
In combat sports, you know that when you're playing up against when you're playing against your opponent, you want to wear him out first, right? And that's exactly what BREN Esports is, BLACKLIST is doing against Kyle Teasy. They are wearing him out by forcing him to play so much and always having to look, around his shoulders just to make sure that he keeps himself safe. Kyle Teasy is battle-worn in just the first 4 minutes of the game.
That's a good test. That's a skill check basically for BLACKLIST, right?
So right now, speaking of the test and also the checklist here, there's a lot of spams here that BLACKLIST now is being used against BREN Esports. Just as another setup right here.
Huge setup, but this time around BLACKLIST are actually quite low. Wise using Daytona's welcome. Glub, straight up on the Pandora, but they are low. I don't know if they can fight this. BLACKLIST are gonna have to back off. Pandora also is quite low, so BREN is gonna decide to, you know what, maybe we can use this time to get Kyle Teasy back on the farm. He really does need it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You see how the intensity, and Oh My Venus is always ready with the guiding wind. And this is also what made this Matilda Barrett's work the reason why it's working so well, especially for a team like BLACKLIST International, is because that they know the place that way they are. Their spatial intelligence is off the roof.
The SI.
SI.
It's
SI.
the spatial intelligence and how it connects so well, Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing about these two picks, right? The Barretts and the Matilda, they're both single target mostly.
Yep.
So BLACKLIST just knows when to pull those triggers and when to use them to their full efficiency.
Yeah, speaking of full efficiency right now, Ogwen wanted to reset these Lord as it's a first step of success here, but he's buying time here for Kyle Teasy. But the problem is, the damage right now of BLACKLIST International is currently spiking entering mid-game. See just Oh My Venus being up front against 3 members of BREN Esports right now.
Yeah, again, just Oh My Venus being so sticky. Just sticking around Kyle Teasy. And there goes the real world. BLACKLIST members are stuck in front. They're doing very well. Fuse controlling the area, but he's also going to get taken out by Edward.
Wise being pulled by the force of Oh My Venus.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? That could have been really good for the side of BREN Esports. They have already found the right targets, but Wise was able to contain himself. He went in for Radiant Armor as the first item, and that made all the difference because now, typically, when you pick up the Barretts, you pick up something like Molten Essence into the Sky Guardian helmet. He went straight into the Radiant Armor, which made it so difficult for you to dish out the damage in the early stages. And then, of course, you see Edward into the backlines to punish with the Petrify.
Oh, yeah. So right now, BREN Esports finally secures one against BLACKLIST International for completely giving this buff onto the House of BREN.
Yeah, they're quite happy, looks like. I love that Radiant Armor pickup because, again, if you are a, if you're an Eve, you got a lot of ticking damage.
Yes.
Those
damage
DOT.
over time.
Yeah, DOTs.
Damage
what a
over
fancy
time.
term. Is it DOT, damage over time? Yeah, that's correct. And there you go again. Good laser, but not going to be able to do anything to defend the Queen right there. Good pickup from BREN Esports. Good positioning overall.
Yep.
Oh, good. I don't think they're done. They want to go something else here. They see Oheb's low.
Yep.
Maybe something can happen, but not going to be happening this time around.
Yeah, we can say that right now. Super Marco has physical damage immunity, giving confidence on what missed on early game.
Yeah, you can see the BREN Esports are playing on the timing. The moment that Few got his Ice Queen wand, they pulled the trigger and just went aggressive against BLACKLIST International. All they wanted in the early stages for Kaltizi's farm, as well as the damage from even. Did you see that play coming out from Kaltizi? He knew when the Lethal Wanderer is gonna spawn, and immediately the end of his animation with the ultimate was enough to in time. As soon as the Lethal Wanderer spawned, what was that?
You're just talking about calculation.
Good mechanics,
mastery.
Calculations.
Calculations. There you have it.
There you go.
Not just the blade, but it's also calculated.
Yep.
Pandora.
Look at that. Pandora is a 2v1 right now. And there's also a fight happening on mid with the real world. It looks like this Masha is one tough cookie. Super Marco takes down the Barretts on the back. And Edward's also not going to be having an easy time to attack this carry. I just want to bring up this carry, the win rate for this guy. I think he's 7-1 right now for Super Marco. So don't underestimate that guy.
His positioning is so good, and you have to understand that this is, if you're playing the carry, you go face to face, and Wise is struggling because of that.
So speaking of struggle right now, BREN is trying to mirror back on what happened in the early stages of the game, and in the first Lord, this is your chance for a push. As you can see, all turrets are still complete in the side of BREN Esports.
Yep. Right now, these turrets are going to be so important because now the fight is going to happen around the Lord area.
Yeah.
Wow, this is looking really good for the side of BREN Esports. They are leading by quite a while, but you have to understand that the late game coming out from BLACKLIST International is also very scary. Typically, BLACKLIST International, they flourish with the Ube strat during the mid game. But because of how the early game went, now they will have to rely on their late game.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man, look at that view. Basically trapped 3 people from BLACKLIST, and now they're gonna have to run for their lives. But can they go over the wall, though? Here's the damage coming in for the Blazing Duet from Oheb. But looks like BREN are gonna be happy to take it for the meantime. Everyone's low, but no one goes down quite yet.
Yeah, the entrance of Oheb with the Blazing Duet, perfect. Giving so much, not just damage, but protection for the team to fight back.
Yeah. So in the first few minutes of this game, we noticed that Few went in for the Ice Queen 1, which is in a way an unorthodox build because you go Enchanted Talisman first. But that meant that the Eve coming out from Few dealt so much damage in the early stages, but it quite expired now. since there is a little bit of tankiness already for the side of BREN esports.
Yeah, the trade-off of that, if you go for Ice Queen 1 first, your cooldown is lower or higher, right? But if you time it correctly, your ultimates are so much more deadly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all about timing.
Yeah, when you cannot spam as much if you don't have the enchanted talisman yet, but during the team fights, if you have your mana topped up to full, yes, you can dish out the enough damage. But for now, Wise is level 11, which is actually 2 levels below Kyle TZ.
Yeah.
Despite the advantage of BLACKLIST International, now they're struggling.
That's the initiation from the Queen.
Huge wild charge actually knocks up 2 members from BLACKLIST, but Edward, he's putting out some pretty good efforts. Pandora's on the side. He's waiting for an opportunity to go in. Goes in for Edward with the disarm, but man, you can actually cast so many skills as a Benedetta, even if you are disarmed.
Yeah, talk about dodge.
Look at that, man. Edward's not done. He's being so slippery, trying to go for Super Marco. He has that with the danger. He's gonna get sniped in by Haji! Oh my goodness, the MVP machine just showing off in this game.
Oh my goodness! BREN esports already thought that they will have the damage, and they do. They have good initiations, especially with the jump coming in from Pandora as well as Few, but you saw Edward just clearing this up with the Petrify, and then of course Hachi ended it, and wow! My God!
Target prioritization from BLACKLIST takes out Kyle TZ instantly, and now there is no contest again on the big objective. BLACKLIST International take the Lord.
Just as that, BLACKLIST International is gaining momentum here for Wise, catching up on the levels of Kyle TZ. Yes, he was fall back behind onto the XP, but right now it's all about activating the damage and also the items that Oh My Venus and Haji has. Just imagine the global response or even the instincts of Haji connecting to everybody.
Super duper on point coming out from Haji, but even better, you see how BLACKLIST International really mastered this strategy that they have. Once they found out that Kyle TZ, the Lancer, was up top and he will dash into that bush, they went immediately to that, and the instant chain stuns made it sure that Kyle TZ cannot wake up from the damage output of BLACKLIST International.
There you have it, initiation from Kyle TZ.
Oh boy, he's actually quite low. He gets removed once more from the fight by the spam of Haji right there on the Savior.
And the Petrify as well, coming out from Edward, was so on point. It can be chain stun with the Mystic Field stun coming out from Haji, and of course the burst out coming out from BLACKLIST International. Edward is playing a different level, and he's very low-key this game. You'll not notice the plays that he's doing.
There's an initiation.
Huge one again. It's one of the hardest tanks to hit in this game. They're whittling him down very, very quickly. BREN has the rest of their members on the squad pushing in, but Oga's actually low. He had to flicker out there.
Right now, it's still the defense for BREN esports, but Oh My Venus is trying to get into the position in distance. It's Ube time right now for BLACKLIST International. Just clearly just deteriorating the turrets right into the base, just at the bot lane right now, crushing down.
I love what you brought up. Edward's not really doing the last hits, but he is just absorbing all the attention of BREN esports. And because of that, they can focus on just keeping alive. It's so hard.
In fact, he has 100% kill participation in this game. He's literally
in every fight.
The game, the playmaker.
The playmaker.
That's it. That's the perfect term. Okay, we have it here present. The playmaker of BLACKLIST International, because who do you target now for BREN esports? Let's talk about the comeback here. We have a 4K gold lead. Who's going to be the one here to get into the front lines for BREN esports? But will the defense be enough though?
I wonder. Well, I think that the defense might not be enough, but if they try to take this into a more offensive manner, what we're trying to say is that if you don't have the defense and you only have the overload of offense, try to hit them before they can hit you first.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like what BREN is doing. They're not relegating themselves to just the base. They're going out there. They're keeping the vision on themselves, on their opponents as well. And they're not letting BLACKLIST bully them.
Yeah, and right now they're just giving out Spanish breads onto BLACKLIST International to buy time. Because there's a freeze lane about to happen onto this minute.
Since MPL Season 7, I've always been thinking of what I should call Edward, and like we call him so many monikers, right? Afterwards.
He has too many names.
Too many names.
Yeah.
Even
somebody called back the list.
The playmaker. Sorry, the role player.
Yeah.
I think I found the right term.
What?
He's a fixer.
The fixer? Why,
he fixes everything, right? Because if you
that.
Yeah, like Fix It Felix.
Exactly. Fix It Edward.
Yeah.
Edward.
Yeah. But yeah, I
true.
mean,
I'm gonna make that a thing.
he literally is
Yeah.
the answer to any question that the opponent is asking.
Yeah.
And this time, we're going back again to the keys to victory of Mr. Renmar Santa Cruz. It's the XP lane. On to this match, Blacklist International BREN Esports, that's the lane that matters right now, and that's the key players for these two teams.
Yeah, in this matchup, I mean, the XP lane for BREN is basically very straightforward. Just the Masha, either you split push or you go straight in the fight.
Yeah.
For this one, Edward just does so much more, I guess. You're correct.
Yeah,
But that is a little bit difficult, or different rather. And it looks like it will not
Okay.
matter that much. Oh my goodness, I don't know why you're still
It's
alive.
still safe.
There's just so much damage that Oheb is absorbing as well. With Pandora, he's chasing. He sees low HP members. He wants blood, but he's gonna make it out alive. The laser coming in will not be enough to take out the low HP members rather of BREN Esports. But again, it's enough to push them back into the base.
No, right now, they have completely peeled BREN Esports to go back.
Yeah.
But is this a Blacklist International setting up the trap against the Bees right now?
Yeah, you see them not overly committing to anything. They have to back down. I mean, for the longest time, it has been 6-5. Nobody died because Blacklist International would like to hold on to their advantage this time. And even when they are leading already by a lot, they understand that there's a lot of kill potential. Like I said, offense is the only weapon that BREN Esports has right now.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, but look at this.
There it is.
Oh, the agency. He's just fixing it for Blacklist. I get it. I get it. Why?
The
You mentioned
fixer,
that.
man. He's the fixer.
He is.
The fixer of Blacklist International, none other than Edward right now. The dynamics, the connection of the code is just remaining strong against House of BREN. What can they do?
Edward's like the consigliere, and you want something done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it done for you. This
It's
is
like
the wolf.
Alfred to the Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
I love your reference, guys.
Yeah.
And there's another setup here
Huge
for
setup
Q.
here for Few for the defense. But Daytona's Welcome will gobble up that Masha, push him back. While everyone goes in the Mystic Field. Super Marco, he's getting hunted down. Oheb is his face. Will not be able to take him out. But Few will be. Of course, with the dawning light.
Oh my goodness! Blacklist International just throwing up from skill to skill right in the base. There's no mage burst right now for BREN Esports. Kyle T's right in the middle on enemy lines.
And Brent's focused right now, just staying alive. That is the call. No one go down. Play it around. Buy some time. We
In
gotta
the
get this
middle.
done. But they're gonna be
bueno.
ones on the chase. He takes out Haji. Good play from Pandora, but maybe he will pay for it with his life. Unless Edward can be stopped, which he will be.
Oh.
Flickering by Oheb with a wild charge. Oh my goodness! A right target here. Oh my goodness!
The Queen is in danger.
The Queen is in danger. Call the guard! And he will get taken out by Kyle Teasy.
And this is one hunt to go to by Kyle Teasy. Peeling two, taking two. Is this go time for BREN Esports right now?
They have to make something out of this. Unfortunately, they don't have the healthy minion wave to push through for more. They did take out one turret, but that will be all for the side of BREN Esports. Haji will be spawning real soon, as well as the Edwards Petrify will have its uptime. This will be just in time for the next Lord to happen. But for now, we would understand that there will be just wave clearing coming out from Blacklist International.
Yeah. And also for BREN Esports, having on the items right now for Kyle TZ and also for Super Marco, is this scary? Getting scary for Blacklist International.
It does.
Well, it rhymes, but
Is it
maybe
enough?
it is.
But
It is.
the thing is, he's single target damage, and compared to Oheb, who can dish out AoE damage as well.
Yeah, 5 or 4.
And there's also always that factor where the side of Blacklist International can just stun him, lock him down. Unfortunately for Super Marco, you cannot freely hit as a marksman, especially because there's Edward. The thing with Edward is he has unlimited dashes, right, with the Benedetta and the Petrify. So even when you play safely as Super Marco, the moment that you show yourself, the moment where you now want to dish out the damage for BREN Esports, there's always an entry for the side of Blacklist International to stun him up. And once the Petrify is popped, there's a lot of chain stun. Circling Eagle, Mystic Field, which is long distance as well. The Tonus Welcome. So Super Marco in the latter portions of the game, it's very difficult for him to play this game.
Right now, in the words of Darth Vader, the Force is completely strong right now for Blacklist.
The Force is strong. in this one.
International.
Yeah,
So
but-
how do you counter the Force as a Jedi? Deflect? Hide?
I think
Use
yeah, on the
mind tricks?
bottom. I think Pandora's trying that right now. I mean, he's trying to get as much attention from Blacklist as possible with this push with the Masha. But Blacklist is just not biting on it. I don't know. They're just that confident, I guess.
The confidence right now is still showing for BREN Esports. They want to set up a dance right in the Lord. But the problem here is Haji keeps on peeling and spamming everybody from BREN Esports. And Wolf mentioned earlier, the positioning right now is so hard.
Yeah, look at
Look at
Edward.
Edward.
Look at that. Look at that.
Because he
Look at
is
Edward,
a problem.
man. He's becoming a problem. It's so hard for Few to get in position to get that real world down because he always has to watch his back.
But look at the formation right now of BREN Esports. Is this enough to ambush Blacklist International Rock
Well,
hard?
they're trying really hard to fight around this area. They got good terrain coverage at least. And now it's Pandora in front. They're pushing back Blacklist right now. Brendo got to take care of Few. He is quite low.
Oh. You can see that at the moment that Blacklist International have seen the Pandora Masha, they backed out. They literally, in the snap, backed down because they needed to protect Oheb. And
Yeah.
afterwards, because Edward have already found out that there will be no clash afterwards, he just went in for the minions, which now is gonna be in the favor of Blacklist International.
I don't know.
Look at that.
Good, good shot from Pandora again, just trying his hardest to get in the face of Oheb.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the only
That's the job of the Masha this time.
the XP laner of BREN Esports, because the damage right now of the AV that you guys mentioned can be devastating. But right now,
Oh boy.
the split that Edward can do is a big problem for BREN Esports if they want to take this Lord. Are they baiting them in?
Look at the
Look
conceal
at
play.
this. Conceal play from Ogwen. They're hunting down Haji. Haji is the problem. Maybe that's
Oh
the
my
cure.
Venus is here. Oh my
Maybe
Venus
that's
is
the
here.
solution. Look at Oh My Venus. He has Haji saved. Pandora is actually quite low, and now Ogwen and the rest of the team have to back off. And Blacklist are back on the offensive.
Oh, look at this. The
Another
wraparound, Edward.
What's the wraparound?
Edward
What's the
on the
plan?
Oh, look. Few has to back off. Few, he's in a good position. He could go
base.
for a fight.
The base
Look at
is
the base.
open.
Look at the
Edward's
base.
just
Camera.
piercing the base.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he can do it. They have to go back to the fight on the Lord. Right now, Pandora's low. Oh my goodness.
Is this mayhem?
This is the real Lord going down.
Oheb
Pandora
going-
will be
Oheb.
taken out. They're fighting inside the square. And it is a back and forth, ladies and gents. One down for either team here.
Edward.
And Edward just chasing down Few. Super Marco with the flicker in. He's chasing down the Vendetta.
Oh my God.
Another reset.
Unfortunately, it was Oheb that was taken out, even through the immortality. And after all of the good plays that Blacklist International were doing, punishing Pandora, taking out the base, or at least attempting to take out the base, still Oheb is taken out. So big props to BREN Esports just finding out the right target. Without Oheb, the game is just so difficult for Blacklist International.
I love that Bren recognized that right now. The win condition that they have, take out that clog, and
Look
maybe
at
their damage
that.
will suffer. And they are right. They're really suffering right now. Why is it low? He's gonna get taken out with the immortality. Daytona's welcome
Yep.
will be canceled. And Caltisi,
Oh,
he's hunting
Kyle.
down Hachi. He got it. He got the savior. That's a double kill for the Lancelot. But on the back foot, it is Edward being played around by the veteran, by the captain. It's Phil, and it's mayhem all around the land of Dawn right now.
Madness is upon Blacklist International happening right now, brought to you by the House of
Oh my
BREN.
Venus!
That's
Oh my Venus on the
Pandora
save
saving
again!
Edward, saving Edward right back in his path.
Saving Private Edward.
And Kyle Teasy just completely takes out the Lord.
What a game! This is so unbecoming of Blacklist International as they divided the map and they attempted for the not a backdoor play, but a misdirection play. It did not work the first time, it didn't work the second time, and now they are going to be having to face this problem of BREN Esports having the Lord on their side.
Whoa.
And
That's
BREN
up front.
Esports, they're pushing it all their effort,
Oh,
all
heavy
their
trouble.
energy,
Oh, no,
all
not
the
just
force in one go on the mid.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at damage on the Caltisi, but the minions are still,
still alive.
gonna get taken
Oh
out
my God,
here.
the winner treasure play.
The winner treasure play is not enough. Oheb takes down Caltisi, and this could be another wave for Blacklist to go and clear.
Oheb got bursted down
Goodness.
in the mid lane with Few as well as Caltisi there. He was in trouble. And he said, call the ambulance. But not for me. It was for Caltisi. He dodged the dash, punishes the Lancelot, and even takes him out through the immortality, through the Winter's Truncheon. The big advantage now is on the side of BLACKLIST International.
That's right. They will be able to clear that Lord on top side, but they will try to go for the fight once more. It is Matilda Airlines going into the Grok. Pandora, Daytona's welcome, will gobble him out, push him back here into the stun, but there is a huge square on the middle because of few, and now they are going to have to go back after this.
I'm sensing another reset right now, but the Queen is being in trouble here. Burning right in. That's the knock-up onto
Pressure! Oh my goodness!
Is the Queen
found
still
the Queen!
alive?
They found the
There's a
Queen!
wall!
And he goes over the wall!
And the recall! Did you see that?
There's
the
a
mini
lot.
recall!
The recall!
The mini recall once more! They're mad!
Oh my
This
Venus.
is just game one, ladies and gentlemen. The 3K gold lead is with BREN Esports.
This is not the finals game.
This is
Why
not
are they
the finals.
so mad?
This is
not
just
yet
day
the
two.
finals.
Oh man. Exciting. BREN are finding what they need to do in this game.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Their focus on their main targets. Oh my Venus. Haji. Right? Oheb. Take him out.
Oh, the pincer onto Edward.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Damage
Uber.
from Pandora
Look at
is
that
just
half HP.
Ouch. The big bomb. The
Yeah.
Masha bombs are starting to hurt right now.
Yeah.
Even on the Benedetta.
I mean, if we're just looking at the overall composition of BLACKLIST, they have good late game, but they cannot match this Pandora scaling coming out from the Masha. Of course, the damage output is going to be dependent on the HP, which is, in a way, infinitely scaling for the Masha.
Oh,
It really is no joke. This Masha. Oh man. You don't want to fight a 40-minute Masha.
no.
No.
No, we
You're
don't.
gonna get someone can get deleted with all that HP.
Just imagine being burnt right in front of your team. That's how deadly it is for everybody from Pandora.
So for BREN Esports, once more, just stick to your win condition. Look for the target. Look for Oheb. Look for Haji. Take out those immortalities early on.
Yeah. Okay, right now we need to breathe. It's BREN Esports trying to set up this Lord dance again. Another reset for the team. But right now, the area of Edward can be doing some split onto the base of BREN Esports again. I know they have learned their lesson and they don't want that to happen again.
Interestingly enough, BLACKLIST are choosing Pandora as their main target. They're trying to whittle down the Masha before he can go for the dive on the Haji or on the Oheb, which is actually also working out very well. But Pandora just doesn't want to go down, bro.
No.
It's very difficult not to take out Pandora because they chose to go for the Xavier instead. If they had something like a burst, like a Lilia, for example.
Lilia, yeah.
But of course, the Xavier works against the other members of BREN.
Well, look at that.
Which they will try right now. Few locks down the members, but they're able to jump out ahead. Again, it's always on the eyes.
Edward.
The eyes on the prize. Pandora.
Oh, what a stun.
Knocked up, and that will be a kill. Marco finds him with a whelp of Ogwen there. And it's
Easy.
a one-for-one.
Oh, no.
Easy. Their jungle could go down, but he's able to move around
my
with
Venus.
immortal
Circling
vulnerability.
Eagle.
The circling eagle
With
will
the
hit,
Truncheon
but
save.
will be enough with the follow-up for Wise. And oh my Venus takes out the prize. That's Pandora going down as well.
Oh!
Haji with the dawning light just finishes off with a flourish, and now the minions are going to be the ones that BLACKLIST will be waiting for.
Oh, right now it's the code right in, knocking into the base of BREN Esports. Can they defend? Can they defend this?
It's going to be unlikely. There's still minions. There's still a tank in, but Super Marco is doing his best. But in the end, BLACKLIST will take the 1-0 against the High.
Edward bait and switch play. That was the call in that last clash. You saw him get into the backlines, force out some of the commitments coming up from BREN Esports, eventually being taken out. But because of that play, the isolation was successful from the side of BLACKLIST International as they have found Kyle Teasy. Afterwards, Pandora came next. And then, of course, Haji just scoring it from downtown with a pickoff onto Few. Imagine having a big burst